Well, good morning. I am just getting up and getting started for the day, and I thought I would just turn my camera on and record myself making some coffee. I am doing something that might be a bit of a mistake. I am using a pour-over brewer. This is a Hario V60 pour-over brewer, and I used to use this all the time, and I haven't used it much over the last couple of years just because it's a little bit difficult to use. But I thought I just need to get it out and give it a try. I've got some really spectacular local coffee here from a company called Fogline, and so that's why I thought I would just give this a go and see if I can just extract a little more greatness out of this great coffee that I have. So that's why I pulled out the V60, and I have left my AeroPress, which I normally use, tucked away for now. So I was noticing over the last couple of days that gas prices have just skyrocketed, and sometimes I don't make connections. It might be when I'm talking to somebody, they say something that I miss. Might just be, signs or things that I should just be paying attention to, and I just have not made the connection. And gas prices are definitely one of those things that I should have made a connection to, and I just did not. So I did want to talk about that for a second, and I did have a little channel update I wanted to get across, but we'll save that for later. First off, this coffee, this is from a company called Fogline out of Arcata, and Arcata is in Humboldt County up in Northern California. And Fogline has become my favorite coffee roasting company just because everything that I buy from them I just seem to really love. And this is a coffee that is not necessarily a coffee that I would normally choose, except for the fact that it is light roast. And that's my one thing nowadays. I'm not interested in dark roast at all. I'm not even interested in medium roast. I just want light roast coffee. And so this was one of, I think, 3 that they had on offer the other day, and so I picked it. It's a Kenyan coffee, and it is washed. For those of you that know about coffee, there's a different processing that they do to coffees, and I do prefer the washed processed of coffee. So being that it was light roast and washed, I just decided to give it a try, and it is just absolutely spectacular. So I am enjoying it, and I've been enjoying it with my AeroPress, but I thought since it's been a while since I've used my Hario V60 Pour Over, I should just give it a try. People do ask me about different ways that I brew coffee, and this is definitely a brewer that I keep on hand. It's just I haven't been using it lately just because the AeroPress is just so easy that I don't have to think about anything with the AeroPress. Where this, I do have to kind of just keep some things in mind. Now, I am using my brew timer here. I did not weigh out the coffee. It's just I've weighed this out before. I know how much it weighs according to how much fits into my hopper, into my hand grinder. So that's what I'm kind of just going on. So I might not be right on with the amount that I'm brewing, but I should be close enough. I do want to keep in mind the time, though. With pour-over coffee, I found that as soon as it goes over 4.5 minutes, it just tastes terrible. So I do want to keep an eye on the time, and I am definitely getting close on that. So I just need to watch this a little bit. These Hario V60s, they tend to need a little bit of agitation too. So I probably should have gotten out a spoon, although I don't own a spoon. So that would have been a spork. I could have agitated it a little bit with a spork, but since we are almost at 4.5 minutes, I think I'm going to have to call this done and hope that I did it correctly. The nice thing about a pour-over brewer is really easy to clean up. You just take the spent grounds and toss this in the trash. That's all you need to do. Actually, let me do it this way so I don't drip coffee all over. And then, of course, I can just give this a rinse off in my sink. Oh, I am spilling coffee anyway. Well, it's okay. I have a stainless steel countertop, so it doesn't really matter if I spill anything. But yeah, the cleanup is pretty easy with these, and so that is the nice thing about these. Now, let's see if I did a good job Let me turn off my scale, set that aside. It definitely smells different out of a pour over than it does out of an AeroPress. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or a bad thing. I'd say it's pretty good, although I do want a little bit of half and half, which of course is sacrilege when you're talking about these specialty coffees. People tell you don't put anything else in them, but I like a little bit of half and half. Okay, so with coffee made, I can talk about connections and maybe lost connections or missed connections on my part. I was noticing that gas prices increased about 15 cents over the last couple of days, and I thought, that's crazy. I can't understand why they would just skyrocket like that. It took me a whole day to make the connection that there's a holiday weekend coming up. Today is Friday. This is the morning. I'll be putting this video up in the evening just because it takes me some time to edit it and stitch it together. So it is Friday when I'm recording this. This is Labor Day weekend. And so obviously I miss the connection there that they always raise gas prices on Labor Day weekend, don't they? Because they know that we're normally going to be hitting the roads and taking off visiting family or just having a long weekend. I do the opposite, though. The last several years, I've decided to not drive anywhere on Labor Day weekend. I try to just find a nice place to be and not go anywhere and just stay off of the roads. I think it's a much smarter way to go, especially if they're going to start charging us more for gas. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to hope that gas prices drop after the weekend, and I'll just take a few days off here, sort of, anyway. And that has me kind of thinking about something that I normally try to do, is I normally try to limit my mileage, just because I've got a van that is not holding up very well, needs a lot of work, and what I've been doing the last couple of years is just limit my miles that I drive, and I can honestly say that that has helped more than anything else. If I were driving around, driving cross country, or even driving down to Southern California and then back up to Northern California, I would be dealing with some major problems that I would have to take care of right now. But because I have been keeping my miles low, I haven't had to deal with any real major problems. I do have a few things I've got to work on. One of the things I'm going to look into today and see if I can get the van running a little bit smoother, hopefully. So that's, there's always maintenance things to do, but I find that if I limit my driving, obviously I can push off all those maintenance things. I just did an oil change because I got to about 4,000 miles, so I thought it was probably time to do that. I think the recommendation is 5,000 miles, but I try to do it a little bit sooner just in case. There's some times that I do some heavy driving. Like I just got back from a trip up to Seattle, and that's a long drive if I'm going to drive through the whole state of Oregon and then down into California. It's a lot of miles. I don't remember what it is offhand, but it's a lot of miles, and so it's one of the things that I think about, and I think, well, it's probably time just to get the oil changed ahead of that 5,000 mile recommendation, just so that I stay on top of everything. So I did that, but if I'm going to do that again, and judging by the miles that I've been driving, that'll probably be at the end of the year before I get to another 4,000 miles, at least, maybe even into next year. So at least I hope it's that long. I do try to limit my miles, but I don't always succeed. It does seem like wherever I am plays a big factor in that. When I'm here in Northern California, I can definitely keep my miles low, but I find that if I'm in the Seattle area, I do seem to drive a lot more. Of course, gas prices are about the same in Seattle as they are here in California, so I was spending a lot more money in gas when I was in Seattle, and didn't like the fact that I was putting all those maintenance miles on as well. So it's kind of nice to be back here. It's also cooler here. I've been checking the weather apps, and I've been noticing that other places that I like to hang out, other than here in Humboldt County, are quite a bit warmer. And so all in all, it's pretty good that I'm just staying put here and doing, I think I'm averaging about 3 or 4 miles a day since I've been back here. I've been back a few weeks, but most of the time I've just been keeping the miles low, and that is very good and needed for my situation. So if you're kind of in the same situation that I am, if you've got an older vehicle, that's my recommendation. Find a place that you want to be that has great weather, that you can do some walking. Like the last time I got groceries a couple days ago, I actually just walked to the grocery store. Made it really easy and simple, and no miles on the van, no gas being burned. It's just the way I like to do it. So that's my one recommendation, is just limit your miles and your van will last much longer. At least it's working out for me. So that's what I'm going to try to keep on doing. And since we have a holiday weekend here, and it's one of those weekends where I don't like to drive because I know everybody else is going to be on the roads, I need to find a place just to kind of hang out for the weekend. I'm not quite sure where that will be, but there's lots of places around Eureka here that I can just park for a little bit. Of course, I do move a little bit. I always drive a few miles a day, just move around a little bit every day, but just try to keep those miles down. So I definitely have choices of places that I can just hang out for the day. It's probably going to be crowded though, wherever I go this weekend. Which is okay. Humboldt people are just very nice people, so it's a nice place just to hang out if I have to hang out in one spot. I'm avoiding my coffee for some reason. I get talking and then I forget to drink my coffee. I think that this is a good reminder of why I normally use my AeroPress and not the Pour Over. This coffee is okay, but it always was coming out much better in the AeroPress versus how I did it here. And maybe I was just distracted by talking to you and not paying attention to what I was doing. That may have been part of it. But yeah, this is not quite as good as the AeroPress does. I've had a lot of AeroPress coffees out of here. I'm more than halfway through this bag. This is not quite as enjoyable. So I think the next cup I'll go back to the AeroPress. Being that's this Monday, which is my regular video time, I normally like to put up a video on every Monday at about 4:30. I'm thinking that since it's going to be a holiday, I should skip that and do a live stream. So this Monday, this Labor Day weekend day, I won't be doing a regular video like I normally do. I will be doing a live stream, and I think we'll just aim for the same time, 4:30, and that's 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. So whatever time that is for you, if you're in Boston, that would be what, 7:30? If you're somewhere else, I don't know what time that is, but Pacific Standard Time, 4:30, you can kind of work out what time that is for you wherever you are. And hopefully you'll make it. Although live streams are awful tough on me. It's a lot of reading. I've got to read very quickly and what those questions are saying, asking, and what people are saying. I did admit to you that sometimes I do get a little bit crossed up with, just making connections. And so we'll do the best I can, trying to figure out what you're asking me and what you're telling me on Monday. So please take it easy on me, since you know that I have trouble with the connections part, making those connections, figuring out those connections. Just be easy on me, please, on Monday. And if you are a channel member, and if you wouldn't mind working a little bit, I will gladly make you a moderator to kind of help me with those tough connections. So let me know, either let me know here, and I can do that before Monday, or let me know on Monday, and I can do that during the live stream. Anyway, that's all I wanted to get across. I do have quite a bit to do today. A little work on the van, a little work on my living space back here too, and I think there was something else too. Oh, I have to edit this video. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. This might seem very simple, but even these videos take me a little while to edit, so I've got a lot to do today, so I should probably get to that. And maybe drink this cup down very quickly so that I can make another AeroPress cup so that I can enjoy this coffee a little bit more. Fogline really is a really good company, and I don't have any association with the company other than I just like to buy their coffee when I'm in their area. And since I'm in Humboldt, I plan on buying lots more Fogline coffee, and I'm gonna need to buy some more because I'm getting almost out of this bag. So maybe I'll do that today. No, that's gonna be too much, going grocery shopping. I've got enough planned today and enough to get done. That's about it. Hope to see you on Monday, Labor Day at 4:30, regular video time. Just we'll be doing a live stream and we can chat a little bit, and I'm gonna get to it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it.